Milkshakes. Are they being thrown at prominent right-wingers in the UK? I guess so. People like Tommy Robinson and Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, are being attacked with milkshakes and fish. It's so bad the police asked Scotland McDonald's to stop selling milkshakes near Brexit leaders' rally after recent dairy-throwing incidents. Now, I don't know much about UK politics. Like, I don't know who Tommy Robinson is, and I know who Carl Benjamin is, but I don't really know him as a politician. I only know him as a YouTuber. So I don't really know what his political stances are or what he believes in or any of that. And I don't really give a fuck. I don't know UK politics, because if Britain fell into the ocean, I really wouldn't care, you know? Like, what do we even lose at that point? We don't get to see 38 more seasons of fucking Doctor Who. What are we losing? The scone? The crumpet? Okay, shitty biscuits. Only in that country, they actually, when I say biscuit, they're probably confused. They probably think I'm talking about fucking cookies, because they call cookies biscuits. Like a Chips Ahoy over there is a fucking Chips Ahoy biscuit. Like, what? And they call chips crisps. They call cookies biscuits. They call fries chips. And they think that this horrible piece of shit is a flapjack. Okay. So basically, there stupid backwards people from a stupid backwards place. Like, I probably couldn't even find them on a map. Is this it? I don't know. Could be. All right, fine. I know where it is. But, you know, once again, I wouldn't care if it fucking exploded. Boom. It's gone. Who gives a shit? No one. Anyway, so Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad. Here's a picture of him. They're throwing some fish at him. I think that this maneuver should be called fishted. Yeah, I mean, it's bad grammar, but it does make a sexually inappropriate pun that I think people might get a fucking titter out of. At least I do. Here is Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, covered in Milkshake. Can we put the Brazzers logo over that? That's not even the real fucking Brazzers logo. Can we not afford the real Brazzers logo? I didn't even know it cost money. What the fuck? There's this from a different angle. Yeah, he's not looking super pleased about it, I guess. But, you know, who would be? You know? It's not too great to be covered in Milkshake. You know, you're just out there trying to do your politics, trying to get elected to your parliament, and all of a sudden you got a milkshake on your fucking head, and that's no fun. You know, maybe Carl should just go out, like, already just covered in milkshake, you know? He should dump, like, 50 milkshakes on himself before he even goes anywhere, and then just be like, checkmate, motherfuckers. What you gonna do now? You know? How you gonna destroy me now, huh? Your milkshakes are powerless. I've already milkshaked myself, good sir. By the way, before we get too far into this, I should probably pimp this out. This is the Douchebag Bible, my book. I'm going to put it right here under these classic broken, destroyed glasses. So it's kind of like, you know, there in your mind, the front of your mind, buy that book, $25 unsigned copies, $50 signed and personalized copies. I draw shit in them, all that stuff. It's good. Check it out. So anyway, let's look at how Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I like calling him Sargon, but I guess his name is Carl Benjamin now. So, I mean, I guess it always was, but to me it was Sargon, you know? Anyway, let's see how he responded to all this stuff.
Why do you think you've had kippers and milkshakes thrown over you while campaigning?
Because you're radicalising people by lying about me.
So there is a link, you say, between language and acts of violence?
There is a link between telling lies about someone in the press, and you don't seem to have any duty of care over this at all, and the things that they're trying to do, because they don't know what I stand for.
So there is a link between language, between rhetoric and acts of violence?
Yes, but you're not telling jokes. Are you telling jokes?
It follows then that there is a link between your rape language and potential acts of violence?
No, because I was telling a joke. It was very clearly contextually a joke. This is why you have to decontextualise it in order for what you're saying to make sense.
You sound like a hypocrite.
I don't care. It's a joke.
So going with a page out of the Donald Trump playbook there, you know, the blame the media thing. It's the media's fault that people disagree with me. You know, if people only understood all my positions, no one would hate me and no one would want to throw shakes at me. Well, that's just not fucking true. I mean, look, whatever your political position is, there's going to be vocal opposition. There's lots of people. There's bound to be lots of disagreements. So, maybe the media maybe there are times to criticize the media. But, I don't think this is one of them. This is probably a time to use a different tactic. What tactic? Well, let's see what your fellow right-wingers is doing. Burger King tweeted out, it said, "Dear people of Scotland, we're selling milkshakes all weekend. Have fun. Love BK. Hashtag just saying." Now, a lot of people didn't like that. Raheem Kassam said, "See, it starts with milkshakes. What fun. Ha ha. Burger King UK is so funny. Then it becomes bricks. Then someone gets dead. Then lots of people get dead." Lots of people get dead? I mean, okay. I don't know. Is this, this is a real, there's a check mark on this. This is a real person with real opinions that thinks that it's milkshakes, then bricks, then dead, then mountains of dead. So it starts with people throwing milkshakes, and it ends with, piles of dead, murdered people. I mean, if you're throwing a milkshake at someone, you're pretty much intentionally throwing with something that's going to embarrass them, but probably not injure them. So, I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, but, you don't have the intent to injure at that point. If someone does throw a brick, that to me is a very separate matter than someone throwing a shake. Now, I disagree with both, but I disagree with brick about 100 times more than shake, and I think there's a giant leap between those two things, Paul Joseph Watson said, "You just did imply that you endorse political violence with this tweet. The people who assaulted others by throwing milkshakes have been arrested. You are tacitly endorsing criminal behavior. I would boycott your food, but I've never eaten it because it's vile." I hate to do this because it triggers Dusty Smith, but once again, I'm going to have to agree with Paul Joseph Watson that Burger King is, in fact, vile. Jeff Holiday, who's on the other side, I guess he's a centrist on this whole milkshake issue. Milkshake issue. Milkshakes lead to car bombs, and video games lead to violence. Penises lead to rape. ABBA leads to homosexuality or something. I don't know. That one's actually true. Ha 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 ha. Funny, funny, funny. Count Dankula responds, "It's sort of already led to bricks, though, man." And Jeff says, "Except it really hasn't. Yeah, people are throwing bricks. The milkshakes did not sit down in a dark room and conspire to incite people to throw bricks. I've been clear, I don't support the milkshake assaults. I just think the panic is wild." And Count Dankula says, "It's the escalation I'm worried about." Yeah, it seems like escalation is kind of the big concern for all these conservatives. They're all like, this is political violence against us, and it needs to be taken seriously. And I can kind of see their point, because if you allow throwing a milkshake to become the new status quo, then maybe that really does have a slippery slope effect that leads to something worse down the line. But the thing is that people throwing shit at political opponents is nothing new, and people have handled it way better than this. You want to know how? Well, take a look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example. So here's Arnold Schwarzenegger at a political event. He was governor of California for a while. Sorry for the shitty video quality, but you can see here an egg has hit him in the shoulder. It was thrown by a protester in the crowd. Let's take a look at how Arnold reacted to that.
You got hit by an egg. What do you think of it?
Well, this guy owes me bacon now. There's no two ways about it, because, you can't just have eggs without bacon. But this is just all part of, the free speech. I think it's great. You see these people here screaming out. Imagine you're in some communist state or in some dictatorship. You couldn't do that. That's why I love this country. And you have to take the whole package when you love something. I think that California is great. I think America is great. Everyone can speak out. Everyone has freedom of speech. That's what creates the ultimate of democracy. So I believe in that, and I welcome that.
It is so wonderful to live in a country with freedom. Freedom, you are free. I am greater than you, Jesus. Ow, ow.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm psychic. You're thinking that, that's okay for that time in politics, but times have changed. This is the age of social media and shit. So you can't have the same reaction that Arnold had there because, it's social media factor. Well, something similar happened to Arnold just the other day. He was in South Africa doing an event, and an event that bears his name, in fact, and some little pussy decided to drop kick Arnold. This is not a fucking shake, okay? This is someone literally throwing their entire body at you while your back is turned and you're 71 years old. This is a dude that sneaks up on a 71-year-old man and tries to drop kick him in the back, which luckily doesn't seem to be a very effective maneuver, but still, there was a lot more malicious intent there than there is with someone throwing a shake. And you know what Arnold's reaction was? Arnold Schwarzenegger announced Sunday that he won't press charges against the man accused of assaulting him over the weekend. A lot of you have asked, but I'm not pressing charges, the 71-year-old Terminator star tweeted. I hope this was a wake-up call and he gets his life on the right track, but I'm moving on and I'd rather focus on the thousands of great athletes I met at Arnold Sports Pro Africa. Not only that, but immediately after the incident, Arnold basically tweeted like, "Oh, I thought it was like a small fly or insect trying to land on my back. It was so insignificant, I care not about it at all. In fact, pay attention to this little crippled boy who shoots bow and arrow because he is amazing." Arnold knows exactly what to do. You don't allow the person who's doing something to you take center stage. You don't allow the conversation to be about what they did. You turn the conversation into what you're doing. Arnold's like, yeah, someone threw an egg at me, but I'm here to talk some serious fucking issues. So let's talk about that instead of some stupid bastard with an egg. It's great that he can express himself, by the way. Some dude goes up to Arnold at his event and kicks him in the back like, I'm gonna ruin Arnold's day. Arnold ain't fucking fazed by that shit. Arnold immediately is like, no, let's not talk about that loser who was so insignificant I'm not even bothering to file charges against him. Let's talk about all these great athletes who showed up for my wonderful event. So, like when Carl Benjamin or one of these guys gets a shake thrown at him and a reporter's like, what do you think about those people? Say, hey, it's great that they're out there expressing their opinion, but it's a shame that they're trying to silence me from expressing mine because I have this position and this position that I think would help lots of people in this country. Like, don't you think you could try that out? Instead of just like, yeah! No, it's the media. They're sticking their dogs on me, man. I'm too powerful and they're scared. The establishment's quaking in their boots. And this is how the left is reacting to this, by the way. They said, I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe that a milkshake being thrown at someone qualifies as violence. Pussies. I mean, anybody who does anything to your body that you don't consent to and approve of is committing some form of violence against you. Obviously, there's a gradient, Like, if someone's like, hey, I can throw a shake at you, or I can throw a brick at you, or I can shoot a bullet at you, or I can run you over with a tank, you know which of those is preferable and in which order you will take that, And shake is pretty goddamn low on the scale of violence, but I think it does technically qualify as violence, sir. Actual Jake, or S. Jake W., as I like to call him these days, said, at worst, a milkshake is a minor and annoying inconvenience. It's hilarious the tough alpha males are fucking literally shaking right now over dessert. Do I want Carl's brain smashed in by bricks? No. Do I think it's funny when people dump dessert on him? Fuck yes. I mean, it's fine that you think it's funny, but you realize that you're the equivalent of, like, the right-winger going around saying, like, oh, I don't want to see trans people murdered in the streets, but when people point at them and laugh and say, she penis, I'm okay with that. I think that's funny. That's just funniness. Like, there's got to be a fucking line, And the whole thing is, the argument that left-wingers are making against Sargon is, you know, he said this offensive thing as a joke, but it was too mean of a joke and it crossed the line. So it seems like to me, you guys are, you know, he made a joke about someone violating the consent of the body, and you guys are actually violating the consent of his body, albeit in a very much more minor way than rape, you know, but still, it's like, and you guys are saying, well, it's just a joke. And I kind of see where it's coming from, because it's like, hey, Carl, you know, if this is just jokes, then here's my joke on you. I covered you in a shake. You're not hurt, but I think it's funny, and it's at your expense. How do you feel now? And it's like, well, no, my jokes are just with words, and that's where the line is. So this is really an argument about what you can joke about and where the line in jokes is. It's in my mind. I know that there's an assault angle and whatever, but I don't know. I feel like making this assault on the order of criminality of anything more than just maybe a fine or something is pretty crazy. So, hey, it's Vadim, better known as Vadim Newquist or Creationist Cat or whatever, said, I don't think we should be milkshaking Carl. This guy has destroyed UKIP. If anything, he deserves to be handed milkshakes or some tasty treat as a reward. That and maybe a milkshake-proof poncho, preferably with a communist or Antifa symbol on it. The revolution will be pasteurized, says Dusty Smith. Well, I'm not going to lie, I laughed at that one. I don't think Dusty actually created the image, but I do think he came up with the caption. And, you know, good caption, Dusty. I'm gonna give you... I'm gonna give you 4 golf claps. There you go. And here's another one from Vadim. Not that this thing changes things much, but did you guys know that milkshakes in England are basically just milk? It's not blended ice cream like it is here in the States. Oh, man, what? So I went to go investigate this, and I found a bunch of UK websites with shake recipes, and it's true. A lot of them do not include ice cream. God damn it! You know, I try so hard to like you, UK. I try so fucking hard to like you. I do my best, you know? I go out of my way. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to fucking give the UK its fair fucking shake. And you guys can't give me a fair shake, can you? Because you think a fucking milkshake doesn't have ice cream in it. Like, how fucking stupid are you? Fuck you. Fuck you. The only thing I kind of like that you do is you call TVs tellies. That seems kind of cute, so I'm going to allow that. All this other shit has got to go. It's not a fucking biscuit, it's a cookie, you cocksuckers. Look what I'm shaking it. Oh, look, I made me a fucking milkshake, I did. Oh, it's fucking fabulous. Here's to the Queen and her health. Fucking piece of shit motherfuckers, man. You're garbage. You're all fucking trash. You're fucking... that's it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Where do I stand on the whole milkshake issue, you know? Did I ever convey that? Did I ever convey my own opinion on this shit? My opinion is it violence? Yeah. Should right-wingers be freaking out about it? No. Should left-wingers be celebrating it? No. No, no, no. Here's what I would like to see. I would like to see the people who do shit like throw milkshakes be ignored by both sides, who instead focus on a battle of fucking ideas with one another. And both sides are avoiding it. You know, it's become more and more like the two dogs on both sides of the fence. I'll get you, I'll get you. And then the fence opens and they both just run the fuck away. You know, you put anyone in a corner, they don't want to fucking face the heat no more. God damn it. Can we just fucking talk about some, like, we have too many real problems to be focused on goddamn milkshakes and shit, to worry about what the milkshake chuckers are fucking doing. Like, can we have a substantive fucking issue-based discussion, please? Like, I think it would just, like, maybe just a day? Can we declare, like, an international or at least national here in America holiday? You know, maybe the UK is beyond saving. Maybe we can save ourselves here and have a national holiday where we all, just for novelty's sake, argue with one another in good faith. Maybe we could do that, just for a fucking change of pace for one fucking day. What do you think? You know? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're still watching, buy this fucking book, subscribe to this fucking channel, give me whatever the fuck subscriptions and money and whatever the fuck bullshit. There's a whole litany of links down below me that you can visit and learn and whatever the fuck else. Enjoy yourselves and, good luck. Don't get any shakes thrown. What if this whole thing, by the way, is just like a plot by the right-wingers? Like, what if they want milkshakes? What if they're just like, you know what, mate? I got a fucking plan. We're gonna get fucking free milkshakes for life. Only they're not gonna get any milkshakes because apparently the fucking UK doesn't even know what a fucking milkshake is. But we're gonna get free fucking milkshakes for life, mate. We just convince all these fucking stupid Antifas that what we hate most is like shakes being fucking thrown at us and whatnot. This accent gets worse the longer I try to do it. Oh, the fucking flaws of this impersonation are becoming fucking readily apparent, mate. Turned Australian there for a second, bloke. Anyway, yeah, that's a good plan. Like, yeah, throw your shake. Yeah, we don't want no milkshake. Oh, that's great. Oh, you threw me a milkshake. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's horrible. Next it'll be like, you know what else we hate? Big wads of money. Don't throw money at us. That would be horrible. And oh, you big-breasted women. You big-breasted young ladies. We hate seeing your titties. We fucking hate it. And when you bring us free fucking beer, we fucking loathe that. Please don't. Because if someone threw a milkshake at me, I'd drink it. I don't care. I love milkshakes so much that I would fucking lick that shit off of Carl Benjamin's fucking head. I don't give a fuck. You see how fat I am? And it's time to call somebody out. Let's just do this while we're still going here. Let's call out this fucking S. Jake W. down here. Because, S. Jake W., Jake, the pink-haired pansy of formerly the Bible Reloaded, now who knows what the fuck he does. Totally shifted his ideology the second a girl finally tossed him some pussy. An SJW chick tossed him a little poontang, and now he's SJW. If a Nazi girl had opened her legs for him, he'd probably be Sig Heiling and making videos talking shit about fucking Anne Frank at this point. All right? That's where he's at. Okay? So let me ask you this, Jake. S. Jake W. Mr. Pink-haired S. Jake W. Pansy Pants. Let me ask you this. You think you're a fat man, motherfucker? Because when I look at you, I don't see nothing but a scrawny little bitch. Jake, to me, you just a twig. This is you. You're just a little twig. And you know what I'm going to do to that twig? I'm going to fucking snap that fucking twig in half, Jake. Because you ain't a fat man. You a scrawny little bitch. You want to see fat Jake? You want to see some fucking fat bitch? Yes. Yes, Jake. You stare now into the eyes of Segmento, the eyes of inevitability. You know what these eyes are saying to you, Jake? They're saying to you, you ain't really a big fat fucking man, Jake. You a scrawny little bitch, Jake. You a scrawny little bitch. And I challenge you to a milkshake drinking fucking contest, Jake. That is, if your mistress will let ya. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim charoo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chalakes. I don't like when you've been throwing them shakes. You're throwing shakes at me, it's all I can takes. What? We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a world